Hello everyone. This is our second session of lesson body movements. Okay. So in this session we are going to learn about human skeleton. In first session we have learned about locomotion or movement. Then we have learned about the different movement in animals. Okay. So let us study the movements of the human body. I have given a homework that you have to fill the table. So I hope that you have completed that. Now see, whatever the movements are there, we are using our body parts. Okay, some parts of your body can move more than others. Okay, what determines how much movement is possible for each part? Can you tell me that? Which things determines that movements is possible for each body part? So this is determined by your bones and how they are joined to each other. So let us study about the bones in detail. Okay, whatever the movements are there, we are able to move the different parts of your body because of the muscles and bones that present in our body. Okay, so that we are going to learn in this session. So for that, write down the aim and the keywords in your notebook and in good handwriting with proper spellings. Okay, with correct spellings. So write the aim of your session, that is to understand human skeleton. Okay, then see the keywords that I have given. First one is skeleton, then cartilage, third rib cage, then pelvic bones, and the fifth one is shoulder bones. Okay, so 5 keywords are there. Now take the screenshot and then write the aim and the keywords in your notebook properly. Okay, so see, you can see the human skeleton. First we will learn that what is a skeleton. See, in our body many bones are there. These bones are joined together and making a framework. So you can see here. Now this is a human skeleton, that is a framework of bones. Okay, the skin is not there. Now you can see your hands, your legs. Can we see the bones? No, we cannot see because the bones are covered with the skin. Now imagine yourself without skin, without outer layer. Okay, so we will look like this. Okay, so skeleton means what? The framework of bones. It is known as skeleton. Okay, human skeleton. So different bones are there, the different names are there that we will learn in detail afterwards. But understood about the skeleton, what is a human skeleton? Yes. Now normally the skeleton of an adult human is made up of 206 bones. How many bones are present in our body? 206 bones. The bones are very hard and rigid. Rigid and hard means what? We cannot easily break that bones. These bones are richly supplied by the blood vessels. Okay, which is why the bones heal quickly if damaged. Okay, by the plaster and all we can heal the bones. If the major injury is there, so that bone will require more time. But normally the bones can heal, okay, in a shorter period. So that is about the bones. Okay, so now I guess you have an idea that your body is having 206 bones. But can you tell me, a child is having how many bones? If you are having 206, adult human, I am saying adult human, means the age of about 17 or 18, like that. So a child, tell me about a child. How many bones are present in a child? Means less than 206 or more than 206? See, a child has many more bones, means more than 206 bones are there in a child's body. How can it is possible? See, as we are growing up, these bones, whatever that bones are there, they are joined together and then the number is 206. Okay, so when you were a child, your body is having your body was having more bones. As you are growing up, these bones are joined together, and when you will become an adult, then the total count of bones in your body, that is 206. Okay, so please remember that 206 bones are there in your body, and the framework is known as skeleton. Understood? See, I have given here, bones in your body form the framework that supports the whole body. This framework is called a skeleton. Now I have written here supports. Imagine your skin is there, other things are there, but bones are not there. Okay, in your body bones are not there. Can you stand properly? Can you move properly? No. And that's why this skeleton is important. Okay, and the skeleton is made up of number of bones and cartilage. Okay, now cartilage means what? See, the ends of bones at the joints are covered with a tough, smooth and flexible tissue. Means like your chewing gum, that type of things are there, that are known as cartilages. Okay, that present at the end of the bones where the joints are covered. Okay, joints are covered with these cartilages. Not only bones, muscles are also there. So that system is different. Okay, now we are learning about the skeletal system. The muscular system is different, but on the bones some muscles are also present. So total how many muscles are there? 650 muscles attached to the various bones in our body. The bones are hard and rigid, and as compared to the bones, the cartilages are soft and elastic, like I have said about the chewing gum. Understood the introduction part of our second session? Okay, so see, some functions are also there. Means if the skeleton is there, that skeleton performs some functions. Correct? So what are these functions? See, first one, that is skeleton system gives support to the body. Your body has a number of soft organs and muscles. Correct? It is necessary to have a hard framework to support these parts. Otherwise, the body will collapse. If your heart is there, lungs is there, means a digestive system is there inside your body. But because of this skeleton, the system is there. Understood? So your skeleton provides this framework and holds you upright. Now you can walk, you can stand, you can sit, you can sleep only because of this skeleton, as skeleton gives support to your body. Understood the first function? Next one is that it protects the inner organs. Inner organ means what? Your heart, lungs, brain. So all these important inner organs are protected by these bones. Okay, the bones protect the soft organs of your body. The brain is protected by the skull, then the heart and the lungs by thin long bones in your chest, that is called ribs. Okay, that we will learn. But your inner organs are protected by these bones, by this skeleton. Understood? Next, together with muscles, it gives the body its shape. So you can see your face, your hands, your legs. Okay, so that shape is depend upon these bones and the muscles. Okay, understood? Then one another important function of skeleton is that movement. See, though the individual bones are hard, okay, several of them can move at places where they join to other bones. Okay, and that's why we can move our arms, legs, fingers and many other parts of your body. Okay, and the last one is that making blood cells. Okay, already we have discussed that in your blood there are RBCs, WBCs and platelets. Okay, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Bones are hard from the outside, but they are soft and spongy on the inside. And inside the bone, there is a soft substance which is known as bone marrow. Whatever the RBCs are there or the WBCs are there, they are produced in the marrow of the bone. Okay, so your blood cells are made in the bone marrow, so which is a most important function of your skeleton. RBC's production is not there or the WBC production is not there, so that will affect your health, affect your body. Okay, so like that we have discussed about the functions of skeleton. Now again take the screenshot and write these functions. Okay, you can elaborate your notes, your points, and you can write down in your notebook. Okay, one another small point is there that is given in your textbook about X-ray machine. Okay, so X-ray machine means what? A machine by which we can see the bones of your body. So this X-ray machine take the photographs of bones. See the X-ray machine, you can see here. I think you have seen X-ray report of your parents or some relatives. So see, with the help of X-ray machine we can see the shape or the arrangement of your bones. So this picture is of leg. Okay, so from these we can see or we can examine the injuries or diseases of bones. A small point is there. Yes, now we will start our main points. Okay, so we have learned that the framework of bone is known as skeleton, but the skeleton is also having 4 basic parts, that is skull, backbone, ribs and the limbs, means your hands and legs. Okay, now we are dividing your skeleton, means see here, first is this part, that is skull part. Then your backbone means this part. Okay, backbone. Then ribs means your this chest part, and your limbs means your arms and your legs. Okay, your upper limb and lower limb. So in 4 parts we are going to learn in detail about this. So first we will learn about skull. Okay, so you can see here the skull is the topmost part of the skeleton. Okay, you can see this skull is made up of 22 flat bones. Now see, you have to write your own notes. Okay, from term 2 I am not giving any kind of notes. Okay, I will provide you the images and all, but notes you have to write with the help of this session. Okay, as I am giving the notes, you are directly copy that and you are doing nothing. Now what you have to do, whenever session completed, you have to write down the notes whatever we have learned, and then you have to click the photos and send it to me. Okay, see, I have given only images. Now you have to write down the notes, so please listen carefully. The first point is that skull is the topmost part of the skeleton. Okay, 4 parts we have learned that. So this skull is made up of 22 bones, and these bones are extremely hard and strong. Understood? These bones are extremely hard and strong. Again, in skull there are 2 parts, that is upper jaw and lower jaw. So these are also the parts of the skull. Okay, upper jaw and this one is lower jaw. So you can see here upper jaw and lower jaw. So in the skull we can see this front part is known as frontal bone. the back side, that is cranium. You can see here eye socket where the eyes are placed. Okay, eye socket. Then the upper jaw, your teeth and your lower jaw. Okay, understood? The upper and the lower jaws are parts of the skull and have teeth. While the bones of the upper jaw are fixed, but the lower jaw is movable. And that's why we can talk and eat. See, can you move this part? This part, can you move? No. So that is immovable. And this part we can move. Okay. Now I am talking because of this movable jaw. Okay. Understood? So this skull forms a cavity for the brain and thus protecting it from injury. So in this skull, the brain is present. This skull protects the eyes, ears, tongue and the brain. Okay. The small points are there. Understood about the skull? 22 bones that are very hard and strong. Then the upper jaw, lower jaw. This skull protects the brain, teeth, eyes and tongue. Understood? Very good. Now see, next part, that is backbone, which is also known as vertebral column. Okay, vertebral column. Now see, you can do one activity. Press and move your fingers along the center of the back of your friend or your parents. Okay, can you feel a long, hard, bony structure which is not very smooth? Okay, back side, if you put the fingers, you can experience, you can feel a long structure is there. So that is your backbone. Okay, it is not smooth because it is made up of number of small bones. Okay, now how many bones are there? Total there are 33 small bones. How many? 33. One point is there, okay, that we will see in joints. Okay, see the vertebral or the backbone. Okay, don't forget the name. Vertebral column means your backbone. Okay, both are same. Vertebral column means what? See, all vertebrates have a column of bones running from the base of the skull and continues till the hips. Means from the skull to the hips, one long bone, one column of bones which is known as vertebral column and backbone. Understood? Have you heard about vertebrates or invertebrates animal? Vertebrates means what? The animals which are having backbone, and invertebrates means what? The animals which are not having backbone. Okay, just remember that. So this vertebral column or the backbone is flexible. This is flexible. Because of this flexibility, we can bend our back. Okay, and this vertebral column is made up of 33 small bones. All the bones are connected by cartilages and together form a cavity. Understood? So this cavity encloses and protects the spinal cord. So see, inside this backbone again something is present, that is spinal cord. Okay, that we will see in detail in higher classes about spinal cord and all. But just remember that vertebral column protects the spinal cord and supports the head. Understood about the vertebral column? Small points are there. Okay. Yes. Next one is rib cage, that is the third part of your human skeleton. See, in skull how many bones? 22. Backbone 33. And this rib cage is made up of 12 pairs of flexible and curved bones. Maybe you have observed that the bones are of different shape and different size. Okay. See the rib cage, 12 pairs are there. 12 pairs means what? Like that I am measuring, I am counting 1, this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, I forgot this one. Okay, so that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so 12 pairs are there, means total 24 bones, but they are in pair, and these bones are flexible and curved bones. Okay, so all the ribs except the last two pairs are attached to the vertebral column. So you can see here these, where is that? Okay, these two pairs are not joined to this vertebral column. Okay, understood? The last two pairs of ribs are attached only to the vertebral column at the back. Okay, back side they are joined to the vertebral column, not in the front part. Okay, and this rib cage protects the heart and lungs, and because of the flexibility of the rib cage, the chest can move when we breathe. Understood about the rib cage? Total 12 pairs of flexible and curved bones. Okay, that we have already counted, and that rib cage is important in the protection of heart and lungs. Okay, as the rib cage are having the flexible bones, we can move our chest while breathing. Understood about the rib cage? And the last one, that is arms and legs, means your upper limbs and your lower limbs. Okay, understood? So the arms and the legs are also called the upper and lower limbs respectively. So each upper limb has a single long bone in the upper arm and two bones in the lower arm. So that also we can see. Wait a minute. Okay, yes, so you can see this is your upper limb, that is arm, and lower limb means your leg. So you can see in this image that upper limb has a single long bone in the upper arm, here, okay, a single long bone, and two bones in the lower arm, means here in this part. Okay, the bones of upper arm and the lower arm join at the elbow. So you can hear, this is your upper arm, this is your lower arm, these bones are joined here, that is your elbow. Okay, so that we will learn in joint. Okay, how the bones are joined together and then how there is a movement. But understood about the arms, that is your upper limb. Now see about the lower limb. Like the upper limb, lower limb also two parts, that is this one and this one. Okay, so the upper portion of the leg, means this, has a single long bone which is known as a thigh bone. What is that? Thigh bone. Okay, single long bone. And the lower, means this part, lower leg has two bones which join the thigh bone at the knee, means here. Okay, a number of smaller bones make the feet, means this. There are many small bones like here also. Okay, understood about the arms and legs, upper limbs and lower limbs? See, both of arms and thighs, they are long. Bones of arms and thighs, they give strength to your body, correct? Bones of fingers and toes are short as compared to the upper leg or the lower part. Okay, bones of fingers and toes are short. They help us in holding things, correct? With the help of our hands, we are holding something, hold something, or lift something. Okay, so see, the hands and legs are constructed in same pattern as described in the given below. So I have given the table. You can see the upper arm, okay, the part of leg, that is thigh, one long bone, forearm, lower leg, two long bones, wrist, okay, the part of hand, ankle, the part of leg, several small bones, then your palm, then part of leg, that is foot, 5 bones are there, your fingers and toes. So the 3 small bones except your thumb, which has a 2 small leaves. So like that, there is a arrangement of your arm and your leg. So that is your limbs, upper limbs and lower limbs. And the last part, that is shoulder bones and the pelvic bones. So that shoulder bones or pelvic bones you can see here. Okay, figure 8.12, that shows the shoulder bones. Okay, at the shoulder the bones are there, and this one, that is pelvic bones. Understood? So this kind of bones are present in our body. So here we have completed our human skeleton. One small point is remaining, contraction and all, so that we will learn, okay, before before third session. Okay, before we will start about joint, we will discuss about this remaining part. Okay, so see what we have learned. Okay, so like that we have completed our second session, in which we have learned about the human skeleton. Then 4 parts are there. In 4 parts, that is skull, rib cage, your backbone and your arms and legs. So one by one in detail we have learned that. Now what you have to do, if possible, take a print of this image, okay, then put it in your notebook, and according to that write the notes on the skull, then vertebral column or backbone, rib cage and arms and legs. Don't write the notes on shoulder bones and pelvic bones, that is only for your general information. Okay, and don't forget to write the functions of skeleton. So that is the another homework. Okay, I hope that you will complete your homework. Okay, you have understood this session very well. Okay, I think. Okay, so according to that, write and complete your homework. Still, stay home, stay safe, and thank you.